good afternoon. Thanks for joining the session for our Red Hat business partners about the power of the ecosystem. Before we start, can I quickly ask you to raise your hand if you are already a Red Hat business partner in our partner program? And all the others are not yet Red Hat business partners? One more? Okay. So for the next couple of minutes, so let's say maximum 30 minutes, I would like you to run through some slides to give you better details about the opportunity and how you can leverage it. But I kindly would suggest that you please raise your hands in case you have a question. Okay? So with this, let me get started. Werner was on stage. You have all seen the first presentation. And Werner also talked about the opportunity coming with the open source technologies from Red Hat. So there are plenty of numbers available as well as research data and other information which you can leverage, because especially those partners who are not yet Red Hat business partners, you may need to validate first if there is a decent revenue opportunity for you in. We can tell you a lot with the growth numbers, but potentially you need some more information. We believe that the market is just in front of us. And we have seen this over the last couple of quarters, and you may want to watch out for our results, our fiscal year 11 results. You know, we have finished our year end of February, and we will communicate our official results about FY12, €5, Martin. That's not you. We will communicate our fiscal year 11 results just within the next 1.5 to 2 weeks. So you may just want to Google around and see how that works for you. So we believe that the addressable market is pretty large in all of the areas. So depending on where your business core competence is, you may want to choose if you more go towards the infrastructure part, virtualization, or into middleware. Okay, so open source is climbing the stack. You see below server operating system. So right now already the server operating system is pretty accepted in the enterprise customers. You may have seen several of the use cases and customer success stories we have jointly communicated together with our business partners. But it still continues, and there are additional opportunities coming right now, and you may have seen this already. One question to the audience: is there a large Sans Solaris base in the market? Yes or no? Who thinks there is large Sans Solaris market? Nobody? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So there is still Sans Solaris out in the market. Very narrow in the niche market, yeah. Okay. So that's one of the opportunities we see today. So that's one of the business cases we can propose to you to find out if there is Sans Solaris within your customers, because first, this is one of our core competencies to migrate away, and on the other hand, surely to say, thanks to Oracle, there are plenty of customers who are considering to move to Linux. And whilst you're considering this, you may also review the opportunity virtualization brings into this entire game. So one very natural opportunity you may grab is migrations from Sans Solaris straight to Red Hat Enterprise Linux, combining with virtualization. It's a strong benefit you can deliver to your customers. So why should you care? So I assume you have not seen those slides. But when you look at the left-hand side, in the past or in the proprietary world, the customer is spending tons of money on the license fees. And that is all going against capital expense. And capital expense is something most of the companies don't have. So when you review this based on an open source play, you see that the subscription revenue, yes, we also want to live and want to pay our developers and support people. The subscription revenue is much lower, which frees up additional budgets your customers can then spend in partner consulting, in ISV applications, in any other activity they may want to do. So this is already one area where you can add a lot of benefit to your customers by helping them carving out costs, freeing up budgets for new projects, just remembering that the demand goes up whilst resources and budgets stay flat or even decline. That's one of the areas you can bridge it with. So when you look at additional innovations and additional opportunities coming in from ISVs, I can only recommend that you review the entire stack. Because with what's coming on top of an enterprise Linux server system, well, naturally a database, and then on top various applications. So consider all this when you review the architecture together with your customer. Okay? So why should you care? Open source is opening doors. Any of you called your customer and asked him about, can we talk about open source? Anyone tried this with your customers? No? So what we see right now in all of the markets, whenever we touch the topic around open source, the customers are absolutely willing to invite us, to get us in front of their IT people, in front of their business people. So open source, the topic as such, is already opening doors for you and your salespeople to go through and either invite your customers to smaller workshops or to do one-on-one meetings with your customers. The service opportunity becomes bigger and bigger. So we see that majority of our partners are running in a, I would say, really good to have problems. Their consultants are completely sold out, be it on the infrastructure side or be it also on the middleware side, where the interesting point with middleware is that middleware IT infrastructure specialists seems to be something customers don't have. The customer have developers, they're really able to get new applications out, but what they don't have is somebody who is integrating their middleware within their IT infrastructure. Who in the audience is more on the middleware side? Nobody? Nobody doing JBoss? That's why the revenue is so low. Martin, I think we need to do something about this here. Okay, so with this, I come back to the slide you have already seen, our strategic partner vision. We have introduced this about 3.5 years ago, where we said, well, when Red Hat wants to continue growing, this will only work hand in hand with strong partners, where we are supporting the partners, but also where the partners are supporting us. And this goes for all areas within the partner network. So Red Hat behaves like a partner, hopefully, potentially not always, but at least we try. Our OEM partners and ISV partners strongly committed, and we run them through a program so that you and your customers can be really safe. And then you, bringing in knowledge and services. So are there any ISVs in the room today? No. So all solution providers and system integrators? No reaction. Still no reaction. Who is a solution provider or system integrator in the audience? What are you then? Okay, so more software vendor type of, something like that. Okay, good. So I assume we have a mixed audience, but in case I'm going to bore you, then you have to raise your hands, because I'm not exactly sure whom I'm talking to, but let's find out. So when you look at building a collaborative ecosystem, this comes that you have to balance all the parties. So on the one side, we as Red Hat have to be ready. As long as we are a direct sales company, it doesn't help. The beauty is, in your country, we are not acting direct at all. So we are just working with and through partners. So you don't run into the conflicts we see in some other countries, like in North America or even in Germany, where partners and Red Hat salespeople are all of a sudden competing. So one point is, to build a collaborative ecosystem, the vendor has to be ready. And I would say we are nearly there. We have tweaked our sales model. We have trained our salespeople. We have built our partner program. So I would say on a readiness scale, we are there. But also when you look at the rest of the ecosystem, you as partners, you have to be ready, because your customers expect you to come with a certain skill set and knowledge. Our ISV landscape needs to be ready. And I can tell you that we, on a daily basis, adding ISVs who want to use and leverage the technology we are bringing to market. And this in a balanced way, so not only on RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, but also on JBoss middleware. So this grows up, which means that you find in all of the markets plenty of really interesting applications which are ready to go. Think about this as another opportunity for your business. Just consider where are interesting ISVs, potentially in a more vertical market, public sector, healthcare, or any other financial services, where you can be the integration part at the customer side. Our alliances, as well as our OEM network, I would say is the longest relationships, or are the longest relationships we have. With our OEMs and the alliances, AMD, Intel, we are working since many, many years. So that is very stable, and you can always rely on the hardware working properly together with the software from our side. So all those information are available on our website. So in case you run into a scenario at the customer with a certain architecture, just check out on our website, is the certification done? Does it work? And in case you're missing something, talk to your distributor, talk to us directly and request this.